Hello, you searchers of the truth and runners away from those who say they've found it. How are you doing? Today I am going to talk about microdosing and about my experiences now that I've done it for a while. I'll share that with you on the other side. So what is microdosing? Well, the name explains it, but it's taking very, very small amounts of hallucinogenic material like mushrooms, things like that. Okay? And other people do it with, I think, LSD as well. They take very, very tiny amounts. I think you can take it with various things. I haven't heard anybody microdosing on ayahuasca. I wonder if that exists. I must check that out. So, that's what it is. You take it. It's a very, very small amount that's really, on a conscious level, imperceptible. You don't notice it. You're not singing and dancing and wanting to go to raves or anything like that. Or you're not talking to the plants. It's just a very, very small amount. So I started testing and trialing this 2 years ago, maybe. 2 years ago. I have not been constant. I've had it. In fact, 60% of what I bought went off because it took me too long to eat it. Okay? I've got them in the fridge now. They last a bit longer. However, I have done it. At the beginning, I wasn't sure what the results were. I wasn't sure what it was exactly doing. I had sort of differences, but I just wasn't sure. In fact, the first couple of times, at the end, I thought, well, this is another one of these things that are talked about and hailed as being wonderful, but when you try them, you don't notice any difference. And boy, have I done that in my life. The big one, the extreme one, was 3 months of drinking my own urine because I'd heard such wonderful things and so many testimonials of people saying that they'd improved themselves. I noticed no difference except a vile rejection of drinking warm urine first thing in the morning. That's what I noticed. Why did I get no benefit from it? I don't know if I did or not, but no perceptible benefit. Why? Because I'm already okay. And this has been a problem for me because I test and try loads of things. And because I'm fairly okay, I haven't got any illnesses, I'm fine, I've got plenty of energy, I've got good energy levels and stuff like that. I don't notice any difference. But I think, were somebody who was very poorly to do these kind of things, yes, they would notice a difference. Okay. The only one that I've done where I really did notice a dramatic difference was when I took M/S/M. I'm spelling it out that way because I've got to be careful. Okay, but it's that, and it's like a white crystalline powder, and it comes. The base of it, I think, is sulfur. I took that on a daily basis, and I noticed a vast shift in me. But I tell you when I did it when I wasn't very well, when I hadn't changed my diet, when I was still drinking alcohol, and I noticed a difference. And so that makes sense that I did notice something because I wasn't in a good place. I stopped doing it because I felt that I was getting a too heavy of a reaction. But I'm thinking about going back to it. Why? Because I won't notice any difference, but what the hell? Why not? And so that's been the story of my life, trying stuff out. I've taken everything, like everything that you might imagine. And I'm still doing it, I haven't given up. I haven't said, well, I don't notice any difference. At the moment, I'm taking spirulina and chlorina, I think it's chlorina, something like that, in tablet form. They're very good, very good. All your vitamins and your minerals there for you. And I'm also taking saw palmetto. Okay. Am I allowed to say this? I don't know. I am not a doctor, and this is not medical advice. I'm just talking about what I'm taking. I am not at any moment recommending that. In fact, I'm telling you not to do this. Don't do this. It's just what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm taking saw palmetto. Why? Because it's good for men as we get older. our prostate keeps on growing. Various things keep on growing in men, right? Noses keep on growing. Bad news for me. Yeah, we don't want this to, if I'm going to live to 120, it's going to be a fucking whopping nose I'm going to have. Ears also. Ears keep growing. And prostate and willy. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. No, I mean, it's almost imperceptible, the growth. But it's there. It's been measured. So the prostate grows. What effect does that have? Well, it starts pushing against the urethra and it pushes against the bladder. So men, as they get older, tend to need to go to the loo more often. And when they do go to the loo, nothing much happens. Like, not much of a stream. The stream is gone. When I was a kid, we used to be able to wee over walls. You remember that? And I'm not talking to the women here. You wouldn't wee over walls. But men, we used to have wee competitions to see how high up the tiles we could wet. Yeah? But as you get older, it all goes pitong. In fact, there's an expression which is, no matter how many times you shake your peg, the last few drops go down your leg. Right? This is because of the prostate thing. So I'm taking saw palmetto, which is apparently, so they say, I'm not saying it is, but it's very good. Okay? And I'm also taking black cumin seed oil, which has tremendous benefits. Tremendous benefits. I was taking bee pollen as well, but I've stopped that because I'm taking too many things. Like, don't mix them all up. Yeah? However, getting back to the subject, I have, for the last couple of weeks, I've been doing these microdosing, okay? I haven't done it today. Because you're supposed to do it for a few days and then leave a bit of a gap. And then you don't get this, you don't get the kind of where it doesn't work anymore. What have I noticed? I've noticed one thing only, but it's a good one. It's a one thing only. When I take it, my mind is a maelstrom of thoughts. It's just an idea factory. Not only an idea factory, but also it's like a puzzle maker. I put things into place. I work out, like I have like downloads of, yes, and hey, what about that? And wouldn't that be good? And woo, and it's incredible. So in terms of creativity, absolutely, it is fantastic. Now, this is something I've noticed this round, and I don't know if I noticed it so much before. So I don't know whether it's something that builds over time. I don't know. But boy, that's what I notice more than anything. My mind's like going 50 to the dozen, but not in a bad way. It's not overwhelming. It's, because we're not using that of the capacity of our brain, but it seems to open up the brain capacity, certainly for me, where I'm able to process things very quickly. I'm able to understand things very quickly. I'm getting all sorts done. My work rate increases. I'm able to do things. I do a lot of things. Why? Because I've got total focus. Sometimes you get distracted and you forget things and you go, oh, what was I doing? With that, no, I'm very focused. Very focused. And I like it. So I'm going to stick with that, I think. I like that. And, what I've noticed is when I communicate with the emissaries, when I'm running and I've taken it, wow, I go into a very deep connection with them. So I like that too. So if you meditate, things like that, I reckon it would be very good for those, people who meditate or who do that kind of stuff, that's kind of inner work. So there you are. That's my update on microdosing. Would I recommend it for everybody? Not necessarily. If you're drawn to it, super. You don't need it, and it's very subtle, but it's there, and I like it. And it's done a lot of good, and it's created a lot of shifts in me, which I like. So I'm going to continue doing that, and maybe later on I'll talk about it. Maybe it's shifted again, and maybe I get something different from it. So I love you all. Have you tried it yourself? Would you be interested in trying it? Would it be something that you would give a go to? Put it in the comments so I know. I love you all, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.